Hi everyone, day 13 of my 77-day live video challenge, Heart and Soul with Evelyn. Now, I have been reflecting a bit because I've been talking with a friend of mine. I was speaking with her this morning, and she was asking me about how I grew up. It's going to be about being an Army brat again. But she shared with me that her husband as well had moved around a lot, but he didn't have such a good experience. And I realized that being an Army brat, when we moved around all the time, like every 2 or 3 years, we were part of a community, a community which when we moved, we would move to a community which also had the experience of moving around as well. And my father was going to a secure job. We were going to our housing area, and we were going to a community of people who were experiencing the same things, of going back and forth, traveling, moving here, moving out. So we had that sort of commonality. And another thing that we did that I didn't share is a lot of the times teachers would have someone guide the new students around and just make sure that they settled in well. So if you're living in an area where you have to move to another, if you have to move because maybe your father needs to find another job or your mom's finding another job and you have to find a place to live, that sort of community will be a lot more difficult. So for me, moving around a lot, I didn't want to be flippant about it because I don't want people to think that, oh, I just moved around and it was so easy. It was difficult, but I could see another level of difficulty when you are moving around a lot because, say, your parents or your support givers are looking for another job, and then you go to a new school and you're the only new student there. Whereas in a military community, we were used to that. We were used to moving every 2 or 3 years. Our parents would have a job where we were moving to. We'd have the security of having a home as well. So we had that security. So it's kind of like there was a knowingness within our community, if that sort of makes sense. And I know that nowadays when I run into people, which doesn't happen often, I must say, but if I do run into someone who has been an Army brat like me, we know right away because we have sort of the same story. So I just wanted to share that because I've just been thinking about that and thinking it was quite a difficult time. Another thing I wanted to share is something that's happened that's been very, very lucky is I found 2 4-leaf clovers in the last 24 hours since I've done a live, and I just thought I'd share because I did a show a few days ago about 4-leaf clovers, and I am really quite lucky in finding 4-leaf clovers. What I usually do is I laminate them because if you don't, they kind of curl up and then they're no good. And then I just put them on my fridge just for a bit of good luck. Who knows? Or leave them in my purse just in case, but Anyways, I thought I would just share that about, me still moving around a lot. And it was hard, but because we're going to a similar community, it worked. And we have the stability of a job. My dad had the stability of being in another Army base and the stability of having housing and being around like-minded people. So I just wanted to share that. Hey, have a great evening, night, day, morning, wherever you are in the world. And I will be here tomorrow. See ya. Bye.